You step into life on Earth, and would you
What?
look at that? You're a human. Or at least a self-made billionaire with a little help from Dad, and you don't know it yet. But you're not like everyone else. You're born with the innate ability to brag and turn debt into gold. Sure, this is mostly a problem for your parents when they try to teach you business ethics as a kid and you turn your toys into your first bankrupt empire. But it's also why one day you'll become Donald Trump, king of real estate, wielder of the golden tweet, and protector of the American economy, who views the poor as lazy leeches polluting your American dream. One day in your early 20s, in the penthouse of Trump Tower, your father, Fred Trump, a real estate tycoon, reveals the truth. Your mother, Mary, was a Scottish immigrant, but your dad built an empire by dodging fair housing laws and left you a small loan of $1 million. That's you. This lineage makes you the heir, half businessman, half showman, with abilities far beyond either world. And that's how America picks its leader. Your capitalist bloodline does all the work. And because of that unbreakable bond with money, it's chosen you as the future president to take the throne. To meet the Trump criteria, you need two things. You must have wealthy blood and possess tremendous resilience to make America great again through tweeting. Trumps are chosen from the ancient lineage of Wall Street, from hidden kingdoms like Mar-a-Lago. That means you're not just smart by Twitter standards, but one of the most stable geniuses in all of history. Sometimes heirs are groomed from birth at business schools, but as a self-made man with daddy's millions, you're drafted by destiny itself via your first bankruptcy. You have no choice in the matter. In the moment you learn your origins, you're swept up by a media storm into the world of politics, transported to Washington, the empire hidden beneath concrete and lobbying. Too bad if you had plans for golf this weekend. Washington is one of the oldest democracies on the planet, sunk millennia ago by money and partisanship. And it's a chaotic metropolis on the surface, except for the White House and its towering pillars of power. This is a sprawling city, with structures carved from concrete and fueled by fake news. And it's where you'll spend most of your life from now on, when not at the resort. The pressure demands your Trump physique adapt for your human side, because the crushing weight of media scrutiny and lawsuits would obliterate an ordinary reputation in seconds. You're immediately thrust into trials, whether you like it or not. You're under the guidance of a mentor named Fox News, a wise advisor made of ratings and conspiracy, who will test you to the brink of bankruptcy, your sixth. For months, Trump training is so brutal that most wannabes give up and go back to real business. Before you get to wield the sacred golden tweet, you're forced to wade through lawsuits in the dark, endure brutal combat drills like arguing with reporters, and spend entire nights studying complex alternative facts to control public opinion. It feels brutal. But for the High Council of the Republican Party, the rulers of the free market, it makes perfect sense. Everything here is driven by profit. Even the central artifact, the golden tweet, a massive relic forged eons ago by Elon Musk, or someone like him. The golden tweet is the source of all Trump power for every campaign. Whenever you tweet a storm, build virtual walls, or drain the swamp, but not really, it's all thanks to the golden tweet. Given its immense importance, it's practically a divine object for your followers and the High Council, who'd do almost anything to protect it, by ignoring facts. That's why bragging is so crucial in the trials, and why the training is designed to break you. But you'll call it fake news. If you don't have the strength to pass Fox News' tests, how can you defend the American dream? Finally, you survive training, and you're almost ready to take the throne as the official Trump. But before you do, you've got to master the golden tweet in your hands. Arguably the most powerful artifact in the 7 social networks. The golden tweet channels viral energy, outstripping the power of a rally by billions. It's directly connected to the primal essence of public opinion, specifically to the orange wavelength of populism, one of the core forces harnessed by billionaires before democracy was even a thing. Training teaches you that public opinion isn't just something you read. It's a living force, and easily manipulated. Orange corresponds to Make America Great Again, and you start to wonder what other colors might exist, like the blue of the Democrats. While Fox News and the Council are cagey about other social networks, they definitely tell you about the fake news media. These guys are the enemy of the people, powered not by truth, but by fact-checking. Their facts are the polar opposite of your alternative facts, making you each other's biggest weakness. They're the ancient foe of Trumpism and its greatest threat. If a Trump feels hunted while saving America, their powers waver, leaving them open to lawsuits. That means the fake news media, led by CNN and the New York Times, are your biggest danger. And you're taught to call them the enemy from the start. After some time, you get the hang of your golden tweet and realize just how powerful it is. You can use your will to tweet almost anything into existence right in front of you. Usually. New Trumps summon things like huge border walls, paid for by Mexico, as an offensive force. Seasoned Trumps rely on precise tweets that work as both attack and defense by blocking haters. The golden tweet can also store catchphrases in its core, act as a channel to followers worldwide, and analyze any new enemies society faces, like the deep state. Most importantly, the golden tweet holds the 10 golden rules that govern Trumpism. These rules, stored in a massive tome called The Art of the Deal, can only be read by the Trump bloodline and dictate everything you do. The first rule establishes your primary duty: protecting the American dream and your profits. This was created after the 2008 crash, a major disaster in modern times. Recently, this rule was controversially amended to allow late-night tweets, the first change in decades. The second rule demands absolute loyalty to the Trump brand. Some dislike how this feels like a family dynasty, but it's hard to deny that Trumpism has kinda thrived under your leadership and bankruptcies, so we'll let it slide. The third rule bans admitting mistakes or apologizing, no matter your personal take on grab them. A restriction that Trumps find especially easy, since there are no mistakes. If a nation wants to tax your goods, you're allowed to start a trade war. The fourth rule requires you to operate within your own laws, unless explicitly cleared by personal attorneys. This makes it seem like ignoring common laws might be a bit more flexible than it looks. But anyway, the fifth rule demands bragging. No humility toward anyone until they prove themselves losers. With the power a Trump has, this is probably the most enforced rule. The sixth rule bans using public funds for personal gain. But, wink wink, this also applies to using resorts for summits. The IRS monitoring in your accounts tracks every deal you make, flagging patterns that suggest family profit for the FBI to review. So no, you can't build Trump University for profit. Again. The seventh rule demands respect for followers and family, despite vast differences in income and views across their wildly diverse factions. The eighth rule reinforces tweeting hard, requiring you to try every reasonable nickname before escalating to lock her up. This feels a bit redundant. They could have folded it into Rule 4. The ninth rule is about your priority protocol. The biggest rating threat must get your immediate attention, no matter any facts or ongoing campaigns. And finally, the 10th rule, upholding the Trump brand. This catch-all rule has been used to discipline advisors for everything from leaking info to questioning your hairpiece. The Trump Integrity Overseers, self-appointed, keep a close watch for any action that might tarnish the Trump reputation across the 7 social networks. After learning all the rules, passing trials, and mastering your golden tweet, you finally meet your new council, the billionaire elders of the Republican Party, descended from ancient oil barons post-Great Depression. These immortal-like white-skinned moguls built their society in harmony with profit, believing chaos comes from immigrants. They rule for centuries and have no time for losers. You obey or else they elect you, wish you luck, and pair you with a spouse like Melania as First Lady. But before you start, they issue a stern warning. Mess up, and they'll send private attorneys after you. You later learn that private attorneys are elite operatives like Rudy Giuliani, who've fused their souls with ancient private laws, becoming half lawyer, half fixer. These fierce loyalists crush even the slightest betrayal in the ranks, like Cohen, and they can delete your tweets remotely if they want. Basically, they're like Trump HR, if HR was totally cool with paying off people. Finally, you must recite the oath, words that will define your reign from now on. In brightest day, in darkest night, no enemy shall escape my tweet. Let those who peddle fake news beware my power. Trump's golden light. This oath began with the founding of Trump Tower and must be spoken when tweeting at midnight, a ritual you need to renew with TV ratings or risk losing power in elections that could lead to losing. Congratulations! You're President Trump, ruler of the 7 swing states. Your empire includes followers from thousands of interest groups, many of whom see Democrats as socialists. In fact, your queen, Melania, is a model from Slovenia. Trump protocol demands leaders learn to coexist despite language differences. You're not even sure how to navigate her Be Best campaign at first, but she seems quiet and carries the brand too. So she's your partner now, whether you like it or not. And those NDAs. Free Time at Mar-a-Lago introduces you to the bizarre customs of your fellow subjects. The billionaires perform the 7-day golf ritual of renewal, where they carefully deal to honor profits. The followers communicate through flashing memes, like fireworks on Twitter. And the far right from QAnon perform what they call deep state harmonization, which to your ears sounds like conspiracy rants for hours on end. Feast periods are just as challenging. The Trump Grill Hall, run by fast food chefs, prepares food deemed great for most fans. For you, this means a steady diet of hamburgers tailored to billionaire health, but designed for maximum ratings over nutrition. But despite it all, you actually love being Trump. You and Melania patrol rallies and get to save America every day, taking down the deep state, rebuilding border walls wrecked by storms, not really, or helping followers navigate fake news. You thought being Trump meant facing apocalyptic threats, like rigged elections, every day, and that happens. But you're shocked by how often you end up tweeting about low ratings. You get to fly on Air Force One, explore lost resorts, and hang with new allies like Putin. But not everything's smooth, and alliances are near impossible, especially when bridging MAGA and the world. Relationships strain under the weight of scandals and absences. Golf. You're not supposed to spill secret deals to outsiders, so while your buddies chat about how the stock market was annoying today, you can't talk about the perfect call you just made to save an ancient election. Most Trumps in relationships almost inevitably divorce multiple times because of their dual lives. Some leaders bond within the family itself. Ivanka relationships, while not banned under Trump law, often pose unique challenges due to vast interest differences. Many family ties could spark conflict of interest without the protection of lawyers. You know, your golden tweet stores all your scandals too. And sometimes you wonder if the High Council or the FBI gets a kick out of tracking when you've been a bit too grabby. Now in your late 70s, but looking 50, you claim, you love Melania, your queen from Slovenia, despite all the stormy drama and traditions. Through America's advanced lawyers, available in New York's courts, you've managed to have kids and grandkids. Your kids don't automatically inherit the brand, but they do inherit a huge target under media scrutiny. Family members of Trump's are often targeted, leaked, or sued by rivals seeking scandals. The High Council allows relocation, like Ivanka to the White House, to fortified resort positions, but at the cost of anything resembling a normal childhood. They're born rich. One day, your golden tweet alerts you during a feast to a massive election fraud, threatening a democratic system 500 miles away. Your kid hasn't seen you in weeks because of golf. Your queen understands but grows increasingly silent. The High Council offers no help since they don't think facts matter anyway. It's rare to see any Trump with a functioning private life, and yours doesn't look any different. A big reason is, frankly, a Trump's life expectancy doesn't look great, though you say strong. Even though you're one of the smartest beings in history, you have natural enemies like the Democrats who wield laws powered by evidence, the FBI with investigations fueled by truth, and the media powered by fact-checking. Despite all the genius and power Trump holds, there's always big tech. Big tech is worse than the Democrats. They're powered by algorithms and can ban and swallow tweets, feeding on users' data. Led by Zuckerberg and Jack Dorsey, big tech is a constant threat to free speech, yours, and has nearly destroyed all ratings multiple times. If they get their ban on you, they don't just suspend you. They use your account as bait to lure more fake news. 20 years into your reign, your body bears the scars of countless scandals. Third-degree burns from hot tweets, nerve damage from Russia calls, and lawyer poisoning from stopping impeachments. Your golden tweet has kept you alive, but personal doctors note accelerated aging, equivalent to someone twice your age, but you call it fake. Sometimes you wonder if you'd go bankrupt forever if you let go of the golden tweet. You're now a veteran Trump, developing unique tactics to handle almost any crisis, self-made. You can manipulate public opinion, create tweet storms of singularity, disrupt enemies' facts, build virtual walls, project through Fox channels, and even summon sentient fans to aid you in rallies. The golden tweet's ability to make almost anything viral means every Trump develops a signature style, and you've found yours after decades of loyal ruling, wrecking your reputation and personal ties in the line of duty. You qualify for voluntary abdication, like losing an election. If you want to step down, you must face your followers, plead your legacy by recounting every huge deal you made for America, surrender the golden tweet to Truth Social, and be exiled to a resort, never to return, but you'll run again. This is tough for most Trumps. In fact, most leaders lose in battle rather than abdicate voluntarily. Not only is admitting loss a cultural taboo, but the psychological weight of giving up all that rating is often too much, even for a lineage defined by stable genius. Even so, if you abdicate, the High Council will keep tabs on you via lawyers. As your body readjusts to normal life, you'll feel less great, slower, and a bit loser-like, thinking back to when you could command tweets without a care for facts. So you choose not to abdicate, instead running again as long as you can. The idea of stepping down feels like rigged. For a being defined by winning big, that's not something they know how to do. Now, as an aging Trump on a routine rally, you get a call about half of America collapsing due to Democrat energy from a rigged election. You arrive and try to fix it with tweets, but it's beyond your grasp. Even as a weary genius who's seen every fake news, it's still too rigged for you. You call your followers for backup, but they're on the other side of a swing state, and it'll take too long to arrive. There's no time. This place is about to blow. You pour all your energy into creating tweet storms, guiding hordes of fans to safety miles away on Truth Social, as the media beneath you erupts in fury. You save thousands of ratings, but thousands of scandals remain trapped behind. When your lawyers finally arrive, they find the fans safe, but there's no sign of you. As they draw closer, they see the election somehow contained. From the swirling fake news debris, your golden tweet drifts toward them. They stare for a moment before it shoots off, searching America for the next Trump. Your body is returned to Trump Tower, where you're laid to rest with honors and gold in the vaults of the Trump Empire. This is where all Trumps are interred upon their passing, and it's a very great position. You're one of countless billionaires who have won and lost throughout the history of capitalism. Despite all the great deals you made, they probably won't remember you long, unless you tweet about it. Then the golden tweet that served you so long finds the next leader, and the whole Make America Great Again cycle begins again. Thanks for watching the epic saga of Trump. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more absurd adventures.